Don't forget the Stephanie Jones PR lawsuit that is happening. I think it's actually the most important piece of this entire pie because don't forget it was her, Stephanie Jones, who purportedly gave Blake and Ryan all of that ammo to try to assassinate the character of Justin Baldoni and take down Wayfarer. That was how they got the emails and the text messages. And this is now it's kind of heating up in the courtroom. As a refresher, who is Stephanie Jones? Okay, Stephanie Jones was the It PR girl in Hollywood. She runs Stephanie Jones PR. She has run that for about a decade, and she really is your stereotypical early 2000s devil wears Prada type, I just drink coffee and take Adderall and don't eat, I don't need food to survive type woman. You know, the early 2000s Rachel Zoe, Paris Hilton, Nicole Richie prototype, people, who call the paparazzi when people recognize that they don't eat. They call the paparazzi and they share a slice of cake to dispel the rumors that they have an eating disorder. That's kind of like the Stephanie Jones prototype, I would say. So it's known in Hollywood, just like you don't cross Ari Emanuel, you don't cross Steph. You don't cross Steph at all in Hollywood because Steph will ruin you. She will destroy you. So she has, or I should say she had, we'll get to that in a little bit, an A-list clientele book. Her firm repped everyone from Dwayne Johnson to Tom Brady to Jeff Bezos, Lauren Sanchez. I mean, the tippity top, right? And beneath her, just to bring up that chart, because this is very important, was Jennifer Abel. Jennifer Abel was working at Stephanie Jones Work PR, it's Jones Work PR, and they had Justin Baldoni, Wayfarer students, as their client. And they were very happy to have them as a client. Now, to be clear, Stephanie Jones did not work with this account directly because she only handled the big accounts. She's hanging out with Jeff Bezos. She's hanging out with Lauren Sanchez. She would send the smaller accounts down to people like Jennifer Abel. And she sent the Wayfarer account down to Jennifer Abel. And when I say smaller accounts, I mean that according to the lawsuits, they were paying $20,000 a month to be repped by Jones Work PR. Like, I need to get into PR work. And this is amazing. $20,000 a month as a small account, but they weren't A-list enough for Stephanie to personally manage them. And so to remind you of just how powerful Steph is, she's doubly powerful because she's also married into power. Her husband, just to show you, this is Jason Hodes. He is a senior partner at WME who reps Tom Brady. So if you angered Steph in any capacity, you could potentially lose any opportunity to work with the biggest artist agency in the world. That's why another reason nobody messed with her. Well, in May of 2024, last year, so in the months leading up to the It Ends With Us premiere, Stephanie Jones actually began going through a PR crisis of her own because Puck News and Business Insider reported that her A-list clients were beginning to walk due to her erratic behavior. She lost Dwayne Johnson. She lost Lauren Sanchez. They both dropped her. Also, there was a website that came together and an anonymous Twitter feed that was clearly put together by a former employee, disgruntled employees, about her treatment of them over the years. Because like I said, she's early 2000s Devil Wears Prada type. So she was quite mean and kind of took pride in that. And what was running at the same time was that Jennifer Abel, who was handling the Wayfarer account, tendered her resignation on July 10th. And she gave Stephanie 6 weeks. She was scheduled to leave on in early August, on August 23rd. But then 2 days before she was supposed to leave, Stephanie Jones calls her into her office. Okay. She says, okay, Jennifer, I know you're supposed to leave in 2 days. Your 6 weeks is almost up. But surprise, I'm forcing you to hand over your phone. She had security present. She had this is according to the lawsuit, a forensic data extraction technical expert present. She had an attorney, and she had the PR firm's chief of staff who flew in unannounced from New York for the occasion. So you imagine you're leaving a job. People are crazy. Just let people leave the job, But I think Steph's a little paranoid because she's losing her clients. Articles are being written about her, and she just wants to. Maybe she thinks Jennifer Abel's behind it all. And so she gets all of this stuff, and that is how she then handed it over, I'm guessing, to Leslie Sloan PR, who reps Blake and Ryan. And that is how they received these communications that would eventually be doctored for that New York Times piece. So she's very crucial to this. And it's also being a lot of rumblings is that she's also just recently lost Tom Brady as a client, that it hasn't yet, they're working on like an exit strategy. I don't know if it's true, but there are rumblings that Tom Brady's on his way out too. And a lot of this is going to come out via this lawsuit. But I would watch the Stephanie PR one because she might be the linchpin to how all of this went down. Anyways, she believes they secretly conspired to undermine her reputation. And honestly, at the core of all of these lawsuits is just tremendous Hollywood ego. It's just so much Hollywood ego that is happening. And I feel like 2025 is the year where all of these egotistical maniacs are just being outed for what they are. Like that world is sort of dying, and it's just glorious to watch.